Welcome to Sports 360. I'm your host, Anna Kumar. Yes, the Big Bash League in Australia, and in the 27th match, Sydney Sixers beat Melbourne Stars by 6 wickets. Yes, batting first, Melbourne Stars were all out for 128 in 19.5 overs, and in reply, Sydney Sixers achieved the target for the loss of 4 wickets in 17.1 overs, winning the match by 6 wickets. 128, they were all out, and the 129 was the target. Babar Azam took a brilliant catch of Glenn Maxwell. Yes, batting first, Melbourne Stars were all out for 128. They lost their first wicket. Sam Harper, the wicketkeeper batsman, was the first man to go, scoring 21 of 17 balls, hitting 2 fours, and he was bowled by left-arm leg spinner Joel Davies. The second wicket, 4 runs later, they lost Thomas Roger, who made 23 of 23 balls, hitting 2 fours and 1 6, and he was bowled by Menanti. The third wicket at 53. 6 runs later, they lost Campbell Callaway in the 8th over, and he could only score 1 run. And he was also caught by Menanti after bowling of Davies. The fourth wicket at 97. 44 runs partnership for the fourth wicket took their total to 97 in the 14th over, and Blake McDonald was the fourth man to go, scoring 33 of 22 balls, hitting 2 fours and 2 sixes, caught by wicketkeeper Philip after bowling of Dwarshuis. And the fifth wicket at 99, back-to-back 2 wickets. 2 runs later, Glenn Maxwell departs as Babar Azam took a blinder of a catch, and Glenn Maxwell was out after scoring only 1 run off the bowling of Edwards. The sixth wicket at 107, Hilton Cartwright was the 6th man to go. He made only 1 run, caught Curran bowled Edwards. The 7th at 116, Marcus Stoinis, the captain of Melbourne Stars, out after scoring 33 of 35 balls, hitting 2 fours and 1 6. Again, he was caught by Babar Azam after bowling of Dwarshuis. The 8th wicket at 116, back-to-back 2 wickets, and Hariso was the 8th man to go, out without scoring, caught by Philip of Dwarshuis. And the 9th at 122, Mitchell Swapson was the 9th man to go, scoring 5, caught Curran bowled Edwards. And the 10th and final wicket, Liam Hatcher was the last man to go, scoring only 1, while Peter Siddle remained unbeaten on 6, as Melbourne Stars were all out for 128 in 19.5 overs. Now the bowling of Sydney Sixers. Ben Menanti, 3 overs, 15 runs and 1 wicket. Sean Abbott, 3 overs, 26 runs and no wicket. Sam Curran, 2 overs, 31 runs and no wicket. And Jack Edwards, 4 overs, 27 runs, 3 wicket. Joel Davies, he was truly rightly adjudged man of the match, as he conceded only 15 runs from his quota of 4 overs and taking 2 wickets as well. Dwarshuis, 3.5 overs, 13 runs and 4 wickets. And in reply, Sydney Sixers, needing 129 runs to win, achieved the target for the loss of 4 wickets in 17.1 over. They lost their first wicket, and that is of Moises Hendricks in the 3rd over, captain, who made only 12 of 7 balls, but he hit 1 4, and he was legged before by Peter Siddle. Peter Siddle took the first 2 wickets, and the next man to go was Babar Azam of Pakistan, who made only 14 of 17 balls, and they lost the wicket at 48 in the 7th over, and Babar Azam departed, as he was also legged before by Marcus Stoinis. The 3rd wicket at 75, George Phillip in the 10th over, out after scoring 35. He was the highest scorer for Sydney Sixers, and he made 35 of 25 balls, hitting 2 fours and 2 sixes with a strike rate of 140, and he was caught by Rogers after bowling of Hariso. A well disguised slower one, and Rogers took a good catch running down. The 4th wicket fell at 89, Sam Curran in the 13th over, and Sam Curran was out for 17, and Hariso took the catch after bowling of the captain Marcus Stoinis. But in the end, Jordan Silk with 17 and Lachlan Shaw with 24 remained unbeaten and took their team to the victory target and winning the match by 6 wickets in 17.1 over. For Melbourne Stars, Glenn Maxwell, 1 over, 10 runs, no wicket. Liam Hatcher, 3 overs, 28 runs and no wicket. Peter Siddle, what a brilliant career he had, but at veteran at 41 years of age, he's showing his experience. 3.1 over, 12 runs and 1 wicket. with economy of 3.78. Hardest of 3 overs 22 runs and 1 wicket. Marcus Stoinis 4 overs 20 runs and 2 wicket. Mitchell Swepson 2 overs 24. He was expensive, giving away 12 runs per over, and Campbell Callaway bowled 1 over and gave away 6 runs. So the summary once again: Melbourne Stars batting first, they scored 128 and were all out in 19.5 overs, and Sydney Sixers achieved the target for the loss of 4 wickets in 17.1 overs, winning the match by 6 wickets with 17 balls to spare. Okay, the power play: Melbourne Stars scored 43 for the 1 and Sydney Sixers 48 for the loss of 1 wicket. In the middle part, they lost 5 wickets in clutter. Melbourne Stars lost 5 wickets for just 64 runs. On the other hand, they also scored 65 and have lost 3 wickets, 2 wickets less as compared to Melbourne Stars. And in the final 4 overs, Melbourne Stars could only score 21 runs and they lost their remaining 4 wickets. On the other hand, they needed only 16, which they achieved in 1.1 over. Number of sixes: 4 for Melbourne Stars, 3 for Sydney Sixers, and number of 4, 10 for Melbourne Stars, 8 for Sydney Sixers. And run in boundaries: Melbourne Stars scored 64 and Sydney Sixers 50 runs in boundaries, but they won the match by 6 wickets. Now the partnership: Melbourne Stars had a wonderful partnership of 43 for the first wicket, and then they had partnership of 44 for the 4th wicket, and nothing much to discuss from their batting. On the other hand, they have little partnership and they stayed in the game, but the 5th wicket unbroken partnership of 40 of 29 took Sydney Sixers to victory as they won the match by 6 wickets. Now the points table: Hobart Hurricanes are at the top. They have 10 points from 7 games, winning 5 and losing 2. Then Perth Scorchers are at number 2. They have played 7 matches, won 4 and have lost 3. They have 8 points and their net run rate is 1.09. Melbourne Stars, although they lost their match today, they have played so far 7 matches, won 4 and have lost 3 matches. They have 8 points and their net run rate is 0.7. Sydney Sixers are equal to Melbourne Stars in terms of matches, victories and points, but the difference between the two teams is net run rate, as Melbourne Stars have 0.72. On the other hand, Sydney Sixers has 0.45 net run rate. That is why they are at number 3 and 4 respectively. Adelaide Strikers are at number 5. They have played 6, won 3 and have lost 3. Same number of matches by Melbourne Renegades as well. Played 6, won 3 and lost 3. They both have 6 point E, but there again, the difference is the net run rate. 0.01 for Adelaide Strikers and minus 0.47 for Melbourne Renegades. Brisbane Heat are at number 7. They have played 7 matches, won 3 and have lost 4. They have 6 points. And Sydney Thunder are at the bottom. They have played 7 matches, won only 1 and have lost 6 matches. They have 2 points and their net run rate is minus 1.25. Yes, this is the latest situation so far in this Big Bash League 2025-26. We wish all the team best of luck. And on this note, we come to the end of our show. Till the next program, it's goodbye from Sports 360.